Hello and welcome back to another YouTube video. Hi, I'm Peter. Okay, welcome back. Today's date that I am filming this on is October 15th, 2021, Friday. It's about 8:30 in the morning or something like that. I only woke up like an hour ago. And if you haven't been watching my channel for a bit, well, you probably wouldn't know this, but I do not have school on Fridays. So here I am filming at 8:30 in the morning before I've even gotten properly ready for the day. But yeah, today's video I will be doing part 2 to the side character tournament, and this one is Dex Dizznee from Cupid Little Cities versus Fred Weasley from Harry Potter. In the last round, we did Luna Lovegood from Harry Potter versus Lynn Song from... Wait, this song, right? Crap. I believe so. I swear if I said something wrong there, I lost one. I have my phone with me this time, so... Yeah, Lynn Song. So yeah, and Lynn won that one, so she will be progressing into the next round, which is great. But yeah, let me just go over a few things before I start. So at the time that this video was posted, the week before I posted this one, should have been the 1 year kind of like anniversary thing of me doing YouTube on this channel. Like 1 year on YouTube, cool, right? Even though I have like 10 subscribers, but you know, it's fine. And that means that next month from when you guys are watching this, whereas it's like 2 months for me, on Christmas, is the 1 year anniversary of Keep It the Games. So I'll be talking about my favorite games, like video games and stuff like that, and give me some gaming recommendations, stuff like that. So if you're interested in that, you can check that out, which will come out on December 25th. And then I believe it's January 3rd. For Keep It the Movies, I'll be talking about my favorite movies and my favorite TV shows and giving some recommendations. And none of these videos will get rid of the video that would come out normally that week, or in Keep It the Book's case, that day, since it's the only one that lined up with the actual uploading day. But yeah, I'll just post one special thing for the 1 year thing, and then also a normal video for that week. So yeah. Yeah, so by the time that this is posted, I should have, well, obviously I've completed posting at this point all of the videos that I've made before this, which would be for this channel, the entirety of the rest of the main character tournament, plus the episode 1 of the side character tournament. And I should have also posted a few of the gaming videos that I recorded on the computer. And I should have also posted my Guardians of the Galaxy review on Keep It the Movies, and my Dragon Prince Season 2 Episode 2 review. More on that to come. Those are all the videos I've made, and they should pretty much all be posted by the time that this goes up. So yeah. Anyways, yeah, today I just posted the Will versus Percy Jackson main character tournament video. Give you an idea where I'm at. But yeah, let's just get into it, I guess. So basically, how the side character tournament works, it's a little bit different from the main character tournament if you watched that one. but not the first episode of this one. Then, basically, I will go over 4 things. So, the first thing is how important is this side character to the story? Because even though they are a side character, sorry, I keep standing up and moving around a little bit. Sorry about that. But even though they are a side character, it is better if they are a little bit more important to the story. So that gives them a point, how much they're in the story, how important they are to the plot, stuff like that. The second one is their relationship with the main character or main characters. This could be friendship, more than friendship, rivalry, stuff like that. I don't think I included any villains on the list. I did not, because I will be doing a villain tournament as well. I know I'm doing all of these tournaments now, but I'm trying to brainstorm actual ideas and actually finish some more books with school and everything, which is kind of difficult to do with school, all the homework and stuff. But I'm trying. But in the meantime, I'm just going to be doing tournament stuff because that's the easiest thing to do. But yeah, the villain tournament should also be 7 videos long, just like the main character tournament, because I have 8 villains. Whereas this one should be 15 videos long, I believe. Right? Wait. 8, 12, 13, yeah, 15 videos long. Whereas the other 2 are going to be only 8. I also want to do a couple of other tournaments after that, and they'll all be slightly different. And yeah. If you guys have any video ideas for me, I would love to know about them. Anyways, after the second point, you have the third one, which is how realistic is this character as a human being, or as whatever being they are, just like, how realistic are they as a character? Okay, my headphones are blinding me. Stop blinding me, please. Okay. They're reflecting the light coming down from there. Yeah, I'm filming in a bedroom. There used to be a bunk bed right here, but it is gone now. We got rid of it. We only have 1 bunk bed now. That's my bunk bed. It's weird. But anyways. And then the last 4th point is my own personal preference. Which character do I personally like better? So yeah, this video will contain spoilers for all books 1 through 8.5 of Keeper of the Lost Cities, as well as the entirety of the Harry Potter series. This will contain major spoilers, especially for Harry Potter. Fred is on this. He is a part of this round. This will contain spoilers. Warning. Yeah, so I'm not including anything from books 9 and 10 from Keeper of the Lost Cities because, well, they haven't come out yet. They'll come out next year and the year after that, if all goes to plan, I believe. Really excited for that. But anyways, let's just get into it. Another 10-minute long intro. How lovely. Okay. Alright, so let's just start with Dex. So his importance to the story. So Dex is introduced in book 1 and goes all the way through book 8.5. I believe he's in book 8.5. I would have to double check. He may or may not be. But in the first few books, he is there a lot. He's Sophie's best friend, and it's all great. He's there for her at school. He leaves with her with the Black Swan thing. He is a technopath, which basically means that he is very, very good with technology, and he's very, very good at creating technology and inventing things. And it's great. It's actually super cool, even though he doesn't think so. He is also a part of the legendary, not legendary, no, but he's also part of the Blood Square? Triangle? I don't know at this point. But yeah. Just because you like Sophie, even though why do you? Not why do you, but like no. Sorry. Friends. But anyways, but then you get later into the series and it focuses a lot more on Keith and Sophie as like kind of the main characters. And so Dex, he kind of drifts into the background more and more until you have the legend. Why do I keep saying legend? Okay. You have the great meme that comes out, Shannon Messenger forgetting that Dex exists. He's only on one cover, and that is the first book, and he really just drifts into the background and is barely even there, especially after the point when he is trying to help out Sophie. I don't remember which book it was in. I think it's book 6, but it also might be book 5. I think it's book 5 or 6. I don't think it's anywhere before that. But he gives her these things called crush cuffs, which are to do with this matchmaking system that the Lost Cities has. And he gives them to her kind of as like, he says that they're a disguise for these things that will help her with her enhancing, I believe that's what they were for, to help her not enhance people every time she touches them. But she realizes immediately, oh, I'm gonna be not oblivious anymore. Not oblivious for this one anymore, but you are so oblivious for everything else. And I will continue to say this. Sophie Foster, you are oblivious. But after that whole situation happened, Dex he ignored Sophie for a while, kind of like stayed away from her, which was kind of understandable, because, I mean, he is probably feeling insanely embarrassed. But they patch things up, but he just kind of runs into the background at that point, and I mean, he's really important at the beginning of the series, like through all the way to the halfway point pretty much, and then he kind of just drifts into the background. But he's still there, but he's in the background. And personally, I know this may cause some interesting people to not agree with this. Not interesting. This would probably make a lot of people disagree with me, but personally, I don't really think of Sophie and Dex as best friends. I think of them as... Oh, okay, I do actually think of them as best friends in the beginning of the series. They're definitely best friends then. And I mean, I've had guy best friends. I have a guy friend who's like one of my best friends. Like, probably is my best friend along with my other actual best friend. I have 2 best friends. Cool. One of them's a guy, one of them's a girl, whatever. Alright, I have no problem with that whatsoever, and I think it's stupid that people have a problem with that. But, I don't know, after the whole crush cuff situation, I feel like Dex and Sophie really just weren't best friends anymore. And I feel like Biana was almost more of a best friend to Sophie. And then there's Keith as well, but like, Biana. I love that friendship pairing. It's great. You have the sparkles and everything, and also, I'm gonna be brave at some points. And then you have, I need to be serious about this entire situation. And it's a great dynamic. I love it. But yeah. Dex also, he has some issues with jealousy and stuff like that. So, yeah, I don't know. But that's just my personal opinion. You can have your own opinion. That's completely fine. I respect your opinion. That's cool. But yeah, I do think that they are the best of friends through the first few books. And then I feel like they kind of drift apart, which happens. So, yeah. I have my water cup. Always have to note that. Because I kept not having it. But anyways, so relationship with main character for Dex. So like I said, he is kind of best friends with Sophie through the first few books, but then he kind of drifts apart from Sophie. So I feel like kind of half has a good relationship with Sophie and half has a not as good relationship with Sophie. But I don't know. Overall, I think they're good friends. But I do have some problems with Dex, like his jealousy thing, and also the fact that it's mostly the jealousy thing, yeah. But yeah, he just sometimes bothers me just a little bit, but you know. And then, how real is his character? I feel like he actually does have a decently real character, because, I mean, he has real emotions, he gets happy, he gets sad, he gets jealous, he gets embarrassed, and it's good. He has a nice range of emotion. Oh, by the way, all of these rounds were generated by a random number generator, so no, this is rigged. I didn't even come up with a winner at the beginning, and they're all, I have no idea who's going to win. You can yell. But they're all of these first 8 rounds are from the random number generator. And then just how they line up. Like, it'll be Lynn versus whoever does this round, and then whoever wins the next 2 rounds will go against each other, right? But anyways, so yeah, Dex has a pretty good range of emotion, and he actually does kind of seem like a pretty real character, especially for a teenage boy. Maybe not all teenage boys. I am around teenage boys. Being a teenager, I'm not going to tell you how old I am, but I am a teenager. And I am around teenage boys, and they can be more mature, but most of the time, they are very immature. Yeah. So, I can kind of see, just why he's like this, because, I mean, he is a teenager and all that, but I admit it, I'm a teenager. We're not the nicest folks. I get that, but, you know, still, I'm not a gigantic fan of Dex. I mean, he's cool, but, let's see, so yeah, that was Dex. Let's move on to Fred. So, Fred's importance to the story, he's in it a lot less. He's very much a side character. He's kind of basically like one with George, who I didn't put in this tournament because I actually like Fred better than George. His big importance moments are usually always with George, like when he gives Harry the Marauder's map with George, and also, goodness gracious, And when he's fighting in the Battle of Hogwarts, he's with George. A lot of it, so he fights in the Battle of Hogwarts, I believe, no, he wasn't. No, he was at the Battle of Hogwarts. He gave Harry the Marauders map with George. He's at several of the important events during the summer and a few important events during the school year. And one thing that I must note is during the 7th book, when Harry, Ron, and Hermione are out in the woods camping and looking for Horcruxes, they actually use Fred and George's products from their joke shop a lot. Which basically means that indirectly Fred and George, or in this case Fred, has an indirect importance to their looking for Horcruxes. They use things like instant darkness powder and extendable ears. They've used a few times, I think. Maybe not when they're hunting for Horcruxes, but they use extendable ears. They even use like the puking pastels or something. They use something like that when they're breaking into the Ministry of Magic. So yeah, they have, as in Fred and George, have a indirect effect. So in other words, Fred has an indirect effect that is of their great importance. As for relationship with the main character, I feel like Harry and Fred are kind of friends. I mean, they're more family, like brothers kind of thing. I mean, Fred is Harry's future brother-in-law, even though he's not really around to be Harry's brother-in-law. And that's another important moment, is Fred is one of the deaths in the Battle of Hogwarts. Like I said, big spoilers, if you didn't already know that. But goodness, okay. Let's see. But anyways, yeah. Fred and Harry, they aren't exactly friends, but they are friendly. So, I mean, they have a good friendship, I guess. They were never really close. I mean, Fred's a lot older than Harry. Harry's best friends with Ron. But yeah, it's alright. And then realisticness, like how real is Fred as a character? We don't really get to see a lot of range of emotion from Fred. We get to see his happy side, we get to see his jokester side, we even get to see his sad side at one point in the 7th book when George loses his ear. But even that quickly turns into them joking around for a second, but he's still sad for his brother. So I wouldn't say that he's exactly the most ranged emotion from what we can see, but he's not super important of a side character, even though he is great and I love him. But yeah. So I can't really give him too many realism points because, well, we don't really know him that well. I mean, we know he's a jokester. We know he's basically like one with Fred. I mean, George, because they're basically the same person. I mean, they have their differences, but they're basically the same person. So yeah. But yeah, he doesn't have a lot that we see of him in different ranges of emotion. But he's still a decently real character. You can see that he still has emotions. You can see that he cares about people, and that while he is there for a lot of comic relief, he still is a real character. So that's good. And now, comparison time. Alright, so the first one. like I said, how important are they to the story? I'm gonna have to give this point to Dex, just because he is pretty important to the story, and he's best friends with Sophie through the first, 4 or so books. Whereas Fred has always been in the background, even though he is in pretty much all of the books. He's more in the background than Dex is. So I'm going to give that point to Dex. Relationship with the main character, again, I'm going to have to give this one to Dex, just because he is best friends with Sophie for a while. And even after that, after a time of being embarrassed and avoiding her, they're still on good terms, whereas Fred has never really been close to Harry. Then you have the realism thing. I'm also gonna have to give this one to Dex, just because I feel like you see his emotions more, and you see that he's really is just like a normal kid. So is Fred, but you see it more with Dex, which is sad. I feel like Fred would easily win this if he was just in the story more, and we got to see more of him. We do see a lot of Fred, but still, I feel like we see a little bit more Dex than we do see Fred. Unless you count the second half of Keep Your Velocities, then we definitely see Fred way more than we see Dex. Let's see. And then you have my own personal preference. This one is going to give a singular point to Fred, because I do prefer Fred out of these two. But that does give 3 out of 4 points to Dex, so that means that the winner of this round, surprisingly, is Dex Dizznee from Harry Potter. From Keep It Velocities, what am I saying? And so he is on to the next round. Let me write that down. Alright. So the next round will be Nico from Percy Jackson versus Annabeth from Percy Jackson. So I'll see you guys there. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.